Good afternoon. My name is Leslie Williams, and I am in San Diego, California. I am a target, victim, and activist concerning the criminal expeditions of what is known as organized stalking. Organized stalking can also be called gang stalking. It is not stalking by gangs, so don't be confused concerning that specific term. Organized stalking and gang stalking can be thoroughly and meticulously researched at Google and YouTube for you to be able to understand what it is. In order to investigate it, though, you need to be very careful because there is a lot of misinformation and disinformation online concerning these criminal realities. I'm making this video today for, for prediction purposes. Sorry, I'm getting over a cold. For prediction purposes and to make some general statements to you so you can understand how I'm being gang stalked. I'm going to have to talk fast in this video because I only have a certain amount of minutes left on this particular video card in this camera. Now, what I'm going to do right now is play you the audio concerning a news broadcast showing that gang stalking has been covered on the news. You can go to YouTube and type in gang stalking, bullying on steroids in order to be able to literally witness this news broadcast. This is part of the audio of it.
This story on our website, kcba.com. Houston police call it bullying on steroids. We're talking about gang stalking, but it actually has nothing to do with the gangs that you first think of. Southern Coast News reporter Candace Lynn learned more about the trend and how it's getting more dangerous because of the internet. It makes me so afraid.
Lawrence Cavino claims his neighbors are gang stalking him because he plays loud music late at night and is outspoken. He said for the last year and a half he's been systematically followed by a group of people. At one point he said they climbed on his roof to harass him. Cavino said he's developed a paranoia that's devastated his relationships with friends and, worst of all, family.
That's the worst part of it. If it was me, I would take action.
Santa Cruz Police Lieutenant Larry Richards said police are becoming more aware of gang stalking because of cyberbullying. But what is gang stalking? Basically, the victims could be driving their car or talking on their phones or walking the streets when a group of people try to systematically terrorize them. Richards said gang stalking is nothing new.
Okay, now again, you can go to YouTube and type in gang stalking, bullying on steroids to watch that entire news broadcast. You just heard the news reporter state that the victim of this crime could be driving their car, talking on their cell phone, or walking the streets when a group of people tried to systematically terrorize them. I'm about ready to play you a segment of an audio file pertaining to an event that happened on Thanksgiving Day 2013 on a sidewalk towards me by two individuals, two men. One of these two men had harassed me on anywhere between 8 and 11 separate prior occasions before this Thanksgiving event. Now, as you're listening to a segment of this audio file, the event was caught on a tape recorder that was running and recording as it was transpiring. You're going to hear a segment of this audio file, which was transferred to my phone. Now, as they're harassing me and threatening me, they're literally having the audacity and the dumb audacity to actually say gang stalk together. Then one says gang stalking, and then that same one says gang us stalking, I'm gonna F you up. You hear me calling them criminal bums, and me saying, hey, it's the criminal bums, because one of them was immediately recognized by me because he had harassed me on anywhere between 8 and 11 prior occasions. After I play you this segment of this audio file pertaining to this Thanksgiving 2013 event, which will be 4 months in about 5 days, I will tell you why they're saying it.
Hey, security bum! Why
Now, getting around me and repeating gangstalk, gangstalker, gangstalking, gangstalk, oh my god, gangstalk, oh my god, gangstalker, gangstalking, gangstalk, oh my god, weird, crazy, gangstalk, in that way is how they're letting me intentionally know, overtly, that I'm being gangstalked. They also get around me and not only repeat certain words and phrases on an everyday basis everywhere I go every single day, but they also get around me and intentionally repeat certain physical gestures as a result of the extreme amount of repetition concerning how they represent these repeated words, phrases, and physical gestures around the targeted individual is how the targeted individual is intentionally, overtly it's how they let the target know they're being stalked as a result of the individuals that they use on any given day to get around the target of this crime, okay, and repeat them around them. Okay, it's called sensitization methods, and that can be Googled and YouTubed extensively. Now, the reason why I'm making this particular video is because, first let me also point out, I do not know any of these individuals who are harassing me overtly when I am being also directly harassed, and I do not know the individual or individuals who are managing this harassment towards me. Now, before I literally start to describe why this particular video is being made, I'm also going to play you an audio file. Okay, it's actually an audio of a video of me being on a bus route Landers in Yucca Valley, California. Yucca Valley is over 169 miles away from San Diego County. Now, I've already I just forementioned to you concerning the factual reality that them getting around me and repeating gangstalk in the way I've already described, and certain physical gestures around me is their way to let me know I'm being gangstalked, to harass me about it. That's right, to make me feel victimized concerning it and powerless over it. That's right. Right now, I have in my possession literally over 800 audio files showing these words and phrases being said around me in the same exact identical verbal way every single day for almost 2 full complete years, including at this hiking area. And I was making videos and publishing them in 2012 stating that the same methodology was being used around me concerning me at my last hiking area. This right now is the audio of a video of me being on the Yucca Valley bus route Landers in Yucca Valley, California. The Thanksgiving event that you just heard occurred on a sidewalk in La Jolla, which is in San Diego County. You heard those two individuals say gangstalk together, then one said gangstalking, and then that same one said gang-a-stalking, I'm going to F you up. That happened in La Jolla. This happened in Yucca Valley. If you were to go to MapQuest right now and type in UCSD's La Jolla's campus, UCSD, which is in San Diego, University of California, San Diego, their address, okay? And then go to Google and look up the address for the Yucca Valley Library in Yucca Valley, California. Okay, what I'm basically telling you to do is look at the miles of the difference between UCSD's address and the Yucca Valley Library in Yucca Valley, okay, their address, and you'll be able to determine how many miles how these two locations, how many miles they are in distance. Okay, because the Thanksgiving event was caught on a sidewalk right up the street from UCSD on Thanksgiving Day, and this event occurred in Yucca Valley, California. Now, what you're about ready to hear, the audio of this video of this same harassment being caught on the Yucca Valley Landers bus route, is the same exact identical harassment that has been happening around me all over the county of San Diego and every single place I went to when I was in Yucca Valley for a week. These individuals on this Landers bus route in Yucca Valley are saying, oh my God. Then separate ones are saying gang stalk and or gang stalker right after oh my God is said, and then oh my God is said right after they say it, and then a woman just flat out says gang stalker. Or no, she says gang stalking. Now what you got to understand here is that this is how they harass the target, and this is how they let the target individual know they're being stalked, because they got to know who you are and where you're at to do it. As a result, you feel stalked and intentionally harassed. And they make sure that you notice it intentionally. That's why they're saying it. They're even having the dumb audacity to repeat the name of the crime around me in specific, identical, verbal ways. And this is that audio of that video of me being on the Yucca Valley bus in Yucca Valley, California, bus route Landers.
Well, look at that car right there. So cute. To the left, it just turned. No. Those little French cars. No. Cheese.
Your first child?
Yeah. Okay.
Hopefully my
Got my quick one. You guys don't take the whole thing. The first one, the rock is going to hold it.
She's a pretty good girl. She never cries.
I'm going to go hang it up in my,
She's already talking.
I'm going to take my American flag out, little kind of flag, take it out, I'm going to hang it down, I don't have a birthday. I wish I did it today. Oh, yeah. We'll get rich. Oh, yeah, that might work. No, it's American flag.
You know, I'm going to be really mad if you stopped right here, because we could have...
Yeah, we are. They say in 15 years we'll be putting RFID chips in all newborns.
We could have not walked all the way to Walmart from the Social Security office.
There's so many buses that go. It's a radio frequency identification implant. You never heard of that? Google it. Yeah. You got kids, you should.
I hope they're covered. That's beautiful.
Now, the purpose of this video is to discuss with you, to make some general statements about what could and might happen concerning me, about me, towards me, around me, or against me at the new hiking areas that I am literally preparing to move to right now. Hold on a second. Okay, it is my intention to predict on this date, which I'm literally using this phone to state the date electronically after I show you a visual picture of it. It's 3:04 p.m. on March 23rd, 2014. I'm also going to use the voice command feature within this phone, which allows the phone to state the date electronically.
Say a command. March 23rd, Sunday, 3:05 p.m.
Okay? Now, the reason why I'm showing you this cell phone, okay, and having the phone state the date electronically, is because if I make predictions about what might happen concerning me, about me, towards me, around me, or against me at the new hiking areas that I haven't even moved to yet, and then they occur, it'll show that I was stalked to these hiking areas in order to bring about the methodologies that they plan on bringing about towards me and concerning me, including my property, once I move there. In other words, they're going to stalk me from this one to those. And I'm saying those because what I'm doing right now is setting up 3 separate hiking areas where identical kits are going to be put at each one. Kits mean sleeping bags, tents, support material, you know, camping gear, stuff like that. Now, the individuals who are managing this expedition are in this system. This is organized crime in the system that perpetrates these criminal realities. And I'd say at least anywhere between 82 to 90% of the harassment that the targeted individual experiences is by duped community members who are told lies about the targeted individuals by people who have respectable employment descriptions in the community and in the system. That's right. That's right. Now, as a result of us being lied about, the lie is believed by the community members. They're told who we are by the perpetrators showing them a picture of us, and then they're told what to do around us concerning us, including even acting as a buffer between the police and the target, park rangers and the target, volunteer service workers for the park and the target, or any community member who might act like they're in the park just enjoying it, and then who will act like they're stumbling across the target in the park, and then use them to call the police. And this is done for incident reports, trespassing reports, the evictions of the targets from the hiking area. That's right, in order to run them down, by causing them to have to move from place to place to place to place. They also tried to motivate the target to move on their own by harassing them to death using clever harassment techniques that are brought about against them at the hiking area. Just like when I moved here in October 2012, within 2 weeks, they set up a bunch of homeless bums that they set up about 100 feet away. They harassed me every single day and night, I'd say at least 98% of the time while I was here, daily. yelling gang stalk, gang stalker, gang stalk, suck my you know what. Any way and every way that they could harass me, they thought of. They even came down here and slashed this tent. Now, I've already taken a video picture of that and made a video concerning it, so I don't need to include it in this particular video. But I am predicting right now that they will use a normal appearing excuse, a normal appearing reason to make it appear that they know where I'm going to be hiking at, so they can come and evict me and probably make an incident report concerning it. That includes police officers, park rangers, volunteers for the park service, and or using any other buffer between me and the police or any aforementioned parties. They will also possibly trying to use homeless people. They've used homeless people against me like you would not believe, because they're easily bought off and they're hard to track down if an event that they bring about towards the target individual ends up going sideways for them. They always allow them to have an escape route. So, go to Google and type in gang stalking space human trafficking. I'm a human trafficking target. Okay? I am also a victim of this crime because of racketeering, insurance and insurance fraud motivations. Syndicated probate control is another reason why the homelessness was created for the target individual to live in, so they can exploit it by claiming the target individual is mentally ill because they're claiming they're being stalked by people they don't know, even though they factually actually are. In order to take syndicated probate control, you have to claim the target cannot take care of themselves, or that they're mentally ill, or they're a threat to themselves or others. They will attempt to use a combination of these three types of labels to take the syndicated probate control in order to co-opt the target's existing finances, to exploit the target's insurance, and exploit the target sexually in a syndicated run, organized crime group home that is directly connected to the gang stalking. And if the target individual has no finances to co-opt or insurance to exploit, once they get the syndicated probate control, they apply for federal and state and local funds in that target's name. Racketeering, insurance fraud, and human trafficking. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. This is why the homelessness is created by them to begin with, as a result of them soliciting the cooperation of, but not limited to, landlords, property owners, even post employees. They're used for mail theft and mail delayment, including rent. So, these schemes are brought about covertly for the targeted individual to live in the effects of them, so they can be exploited through the additional methodologies and tactics and maneuvers of gang stalking. That's right. And they will use anybody and everybody. What you got to understand here is that most of the community citizens that cooperate with these animals who are in the system, which includes corrupt law enforcement or individuals pretending to be law enforcement, these community members are lied to about these individuals, and they do what they're told because they're lied to. They have no reason to know that what they're doing is gang stalking, unless it's possibly one that's literally even told to get around the target and say gang stalking. But you got to understand, these are schemes that are brought about as a result of the tracking, surveillance, and observation of the targeted individual at all times in real time. That's right. I have undisputable proof that I am being gang stalked, and in reality, using your common sense just alone, all you have to do is think to yourself, I got evidence that I'm being gang stalked. It is huge in its size and literally undeniable in its physical integrity in reference to it being factual evidence. Literally. Then ask yourself, why won't the San Diego police make a police report? Are they buying time until they can bring about these maneuvers in order to bring about the results of them? Of course. So I'm predicting it right now, before I even move to these locations. Some of my property has already been moved there. I've already been gang stalked on my routes to going to there, on bus routes going there, and on bus routes coming back from there. Caught gang stalking being set on the bus routes going to them, and then on the bus routes leaving the area. So that told me automatically it told me automatically they knew where I was going and when I was leaving there. It was literally caught on a running recording tape recorder on the bus routes going to the area. I then went to the area, dropped off property, left the area, went back to the bus stop, got on the bus, and individuals who were already on the bus would say gang stalking in the aforementioned ways I've already described. And all of it's been caught on digital tape recorder, even after it was predicted before I got on the bus. I'm in San Diego, California, and my name is Leslie Williams. This is a video prediction. I do appreciate you listening, and let's see how this comes about. Thank you very much, and have a nice day.